Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Kodash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, a Harawan Ban Yasharal of the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Akim, preaching his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Kharab Ban Yasharallah, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharallah, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Not today. We're coming our lesson is on this article, and it says one pistol clip can change the balance of power. Congress is wholly unprepared for a mass casualty event. And of course, these are also trigger words, and it is a foretelling of things to come. But this makes me think about civil unrest. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this article. I'm not gonna read all of it because it turns into word salad, and it kind of just goes on pretty much to the end of the article. So I'm going to read the little first part of this, and then I'm going to get the scriptures that it makes me think of. Because this is just mass casualty event, civil unrest, martial law, things of the sort like that. But mainly civil unrest. It says over the past 15 years, members of Congress have survived nearly 2 deadly shootings, a train crash with dozens of them on board, and a Capitol riot that had hundreds of lawmakers fearing for their lives. It says, despite those incidents, the institution is wholly unprepared for a catastrophic event that kills or incapacitates multiple members. Of course, Esau want to try to, put the light on like the officials, but let's continue. It says, even if that hypothetical tragedy, it's not hypothetical, it's going to happen. It's actually going to happen. So even if that hypothetical tragedy results in a major power shift, changing party, which holds the majority, changing which party, holds the majority in the House or Senate. Okay. And this is also hinting at something else because it's going to mention it here. But you already know with the thing with your boy D Trump. With the we'll say attempts at his life, let's continue, which could cause such a problem as civil unrest. But let's continue. It says members of Congress themselves have proposed a host of solutions to the havoc a mass casualty could wreak. You mean a riot? But anyways, the propositions range from a constitutional amendment allowing members to designate their own successors to simple rules to rule changes to prevent violence from shifting party power. But a political review shows that both Republican and Democratic leaders, including chairs of key committees, have failed to significantly advance any of the ideas Salakia proposed since a mass shooting at a GOP baseball practice in 2017. That's largely based on a reluctance to acknowledge the issue and a general resistance in Congress to changing the rules. Okay, so there you have it. They're wrestling within, we'll say, the mountain of Edom, the power of the government, about things of the sort like this. They're trying to say that Congress is worried, but the truth of the matter is, they say that they are wholly unprepared. Now, the Congress members themselves may not actually be prepared for a mass event such as what they speak about in this article. But nonetheless, according to the scriptures, that event that they say that they may have been reluctant and are not really acknowledging, that event is going to happen, and it's going to come in the form of civil unrest. Because even with this, there has been some things that has happened recently where people have, and it was mentioned here in the article as well, have withstood the powers that be, the ruling powers in this land. So without further ado, this is 2nd Esdras chapter 15. I'm going to just start up at verse 14, just to go straight to the, read down. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe, again, we all know what it means. destruction and judgment, woe to the world. So destruction and judgment is coming to the world and to those that dwell within the world. As it says, we'll say the world of Babylon, but also a oikumene sense, because the Lord is going to bring judgment to the earth. He going to bring judgment on specific places, but he bringing it in totality. It's just going to hit here hardest, and it's going to hit other places too. But nonetheless, again, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe to the world, judgment to the world that is coming. Is the Lord going to judge the whole complete world in his anger? No, he's just going to judge the wickedness that's in the world. It's not going to do away with the earth. The earth is still going to remain and will not be destroyed. But the Lord is going to bring judgment to the world and to those that dwell therein, in the world, on the earth, for wickedness. Verse 15, it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. See, this is going into that event that they, that we'll say that mass casualty event that they've, put in the title of this article. This is that's going to happen. Verse 15 says, for their sword, so like for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. Again, that's judgment, and it's drawing ever closer. It's going to get to a point to where one people is going to stand up to fight against another. There's your mass casualty event that they was speaking about in this article. And they're going to stand up to fight one another, and swords in their hand. What is the modern day sword? The gun. And there's plenty of people here in Babylon that have guns. Or should I say, we'll say firearms and or weapons of defense. But this is going to happen. Verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So there's going to be sedition among men, and we know what sedition is. Chaos. Men fighting against men. They're going to be invading one another. They're not going to regard their kings nor princes, Congress members, mayors, city council members, presidents, and whatever other authority that one could reach here in Babylon, America, as far as, running the country and or city or state, governors, all of that. People are going to withstand, and they're not going to regard them, so they're not going to listen. They're not going to hear none of the issues and no orders and or instructions that has been given from those particular powers and or governments. Especially here in Babylon, America, it's going to hit hard here. This, as you can see it in the title. I ain't gonna keep saying it because I don't know Esau and his tomfoolery. But nonetheless, these Congress members and everything, and they're ruling in the House of Congress, and they're passing tomfoolery and stupid bills and laws. That's gonna make the people angry. That's what's gonna cause the sedition. That's what's gonna cause people to stand up against one another and fight with this division. Oh, I'm for Kamala. Oh, I'm for what it is, Trump. That's a division right there. I'm red. Well, I'm blue. I'm liberal. I'm conservative. That's what's gonna cause people to stand up and fight against one another because of beliefs, and then whack laws and things that are going to be passed and put into action is going to cause more problems. It's going to cause more sedition among men. And then they're going to start invading one another, killing one another. They're not going to regard, again, the leaders, the governors, the mayors, the city council members, the Congress, the president, the government. They're not gonna regard it. They're not going to listen. And the course of people's actions, they're going to take that into their own hands. They're going to take it into their own hands and govern them. People are going to move to govern themselves, but it's going to be so much chaos going on till it ain't going to really be anything. But let's continue. It's going to be so bad. This is what's going to happen. Verse 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So it's going to be so bad that people are going to want to run away and go other places But guess what? It's going to be so bad, and places are probably going to be locked down, barricades, checkpoints, and all of that stuff, martial law, things like that. A man going to decide to go somewhere else and will not be able to go because of all the hell that's going to be going on, or should I say chaos that's going to be going on, especially here in Babylon, America, especially here in Babylon, America. In some places, it's like that now. They can't really leave or go anywhere. They're stuck there. Same thing going to come to here to America, but it's going to be, whoa, way worse, 100 times worse than anything that we've seen on TV or on movies. Hell, even in the news, when this demon or this devil allows it to be brought forth. But let's continue. Verse 18, it says, "For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." So because of the pride of the people here and this place, Babylon, America, its cities are going to be troubled. I mean, it's going to be things that are going to be going on, such as death, what it is, robberies, killings, everything, looting. It's going to be a whole bunch of stuff going on all at once, and the cities are going to be troubled because the people here that are prideful, and then this country itself it is prideful. So the cities are going to be troubled here. Houses are going to be destroyed, and men are going to be afraid. People's houses are going to be getting broken into. Doors are going to be getting kicked in, burnt down, blew up. You know, it's going to be one hell of a time. But such as a thing of the sort like this, Congress passing certain bills or anything can cause this. We already see that's what they're aiming at anyway. But let's continue. Let's read verse 18 once more. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." People are going to be afraid. Verse 19, my last point. "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation." So it's going to be bad. It's going to be really, really bad. A man is not going to have pity upon his neighbor. That one person, that neighbor that he was once cool with or okay with, he's going to be trying to kill that neighbor or kill that person to take what they got. Destroy that house. Destroy that house with the sword. Again, the modern day gun. They're going to be spoiling goods, taking things. Why? Because of the lack of bread. Because they don't have. Because people are going to be taking things. Why? Because they don't have it. They're going to have families. So they're going to be taking stuff from other people who have families to feed their families. And it's going to be a bunch of chaos. And people are going to be doing these things out of great tribulation, anguish, hard times, because they can't survive. And that's going to really happen here. It's happened in other places, but it's really going to come here to Babylon, America. It's going to be really bad once it starts up. Once the Lord allow it to kick up and start going, it's going to be hell. So yeah, it was just, I would say, a quick lesson. And with that, shalom.